Hi friends, let us welcome back to our channel Mechanical Engineering Made Simple. So let us go through the syllabus Automobile Engineering Diploma level for your Assistant Motor Vehicle Inspector examination, which will be likely to be conducted after the corona is completely controlled, and we can expect notifications only after that only. Okay, but anyhow, let us be prepared. So if you go to the syllabus for your automobile engineering diploma level for your technical people of your examination for TSPSC, it reads like this: thermal engineering and automotive power plants. In that, thermodynamic laws, thermodynamic process, air standard cycles, fuels, and combustion performance of IC engines, engine construction, IC engines, classification, combustion chambers, various IC engine systems, lubrication, cooling, fuel, petrol and diesel engines, inlet and exhaust system. Out of these, so today we are going to see some very good questions about your lubrication system, cooling system, which is a very important system which keeps the engine temperature under control. So we are going to see some good questions on this. So probably you must be having some idea about that. So based on that, we will be discussing, and of course, anyhow, I am going to explain. We will be having the analysis of the bits, these bits. Okay, so let us start. So if you go through the syllabus for your what you call your APPSC, the syllabus is something like lubrication and cooling systems in automobiles. So this is there in both for your TSPSC and APPSC, because this is a very important topic as far as the construction and the working of your engine is concerned. Automobile engine is concerned, whether it is CI or SI. Okay, so let us jump to the questions. So your first question is something like this: the percentage of fuel energy lost to cylinder walls in an automobile engine is approximately. So if we closely analyze the percentage of heat loss to various elements in the engine and its connected parts is like this: useful work at the crankshaft, I am going to get at 25%, loss to cylinder walls 30% out of the total heat which is generated by the combustion of the fuel, and loss in exhaust gases, this is constituting most of the percentage, 35%. It is the maximum out of all these things, right? And loss in friction is 10%. If you analyze, the least is lost in friction and the highest is exhaust gases, that is 35%. But in the loss to cylinder walls is approximately 30%, that comes second in the overall loss. So let us mark the answer. You are 30%. Next question: sequence of coolant circulation is like this. So in many of you may be having idea about the cooling systems. So there are basically two important systems. So one is the thermosiphon system and other one is the pump circulation system. So in the thermosiphon system, the cooling medium or water is going to flow by because of the density difference between the hot section and cold section, right? There is something called header and header tank and something called your collector tank. So actually the sequence of coolant circulation is like this, right? It will start from pump, it will go to engine block, then your header, then your radiator. Okay, in the radiator it is going to be hot liquid or hot water is going to be cooled, right? So the sequence of coolant circulation is pump, engine block, header and your radiator. So let us mark the answer, that is your B. On leaving the engine, the coolant goes to, so definitely it has to go to the header section, top section, from where it will be going to the radiator, right? So in between these two there is something called that is called valve is there, thermostat is there, so it is going to control the temperature. Anyhow, next bit is we are going to talk about that only. So here, on leaving the engine, the coolant goes to the header tank. That's your answer. Next question: the radiator core is made of, actually, so the materials for your radiator are copper and yellow brass, and sometimes aluminum is also used for reducing the cost and also weight, but the core is normally it is made of your brass. To be specific, it is yellow brass. So the radiator core is made of neither steel nor cast iron nor plastic, so it will be made out of brass. Your answer is A. Next question: a pressure cap contains, so basically a pressure cap is going to contain, so two important things, that is the pressure and vacuum valves. Both valves it is going to contain. So it is neither your pressure valve nor thermostat valve, your blow off valve and etc., right? So thermostat is a separate thing, totally completely. Okay, so that is not the answer. So others are also not the answer. So your answer is pressure and vacuum valve. Next question. The purpose of thermostat is to keep the engine, so it is neither hot nor cool. It is going to control the temperature actually. So okay. So after your engine got okay reaches certain temperature only, it is going to open and it is going to send the hot water to the your radiator. Okay, so it is basically the purpose of your thermostat is to control the temperature. That means it is going to keep the engine at a desired temperature. So A and B and C all are not correct, only C is the correct answer. So let us mark the answer. It is going to control or it is going to keep the engine temperature at a desired level. Okay, so now the thermostat valve starts open at actually. So your thermostat is going to help the engine to reach the operating temperature as soon as possible after starting the engine, and it is designed to operate most efficiently over a temperature range of 80 to 100 degrees centigrade, but it is 100 is not given, so the least temperature is actually given here. So let us choose the least temperature, that is the thermostat valve is will start to open at about 80 degrees centigrade. 80 degrees centigrade is the correct answer. So 20 and 50 are on the lesser side, so 80 is the correct answer. Okay, now coolant pumps are made of, so there are number of types of pumps are there actually, out of which we have rotor pump, plunger pump, vane pump, and also your what you call gear pump and crescent type of gear pump. So many types of pumps are there, but out of these things mostly we are going to use the centrifugal pump. Coolant pumps are of normally of centrifugal type. Next question. The purpose of fan is to what a fan will do. Actually, it is going to send the air. Okay, it will suck the air from the other side and it will direct the air onto the your radiator, so that your hot water is going to be cooled and it is going to be recirculated and it is going to again sent to the engine. So here the purpose of a fan is to draw the air through the radiator. So neither of A, C and D. That means increase the flow of coolant, no, and cool the engine by blowing air over it, no, it is not going to do that. So it is indirect cooling, yes or no. So this is comes under indirect cooling, right? Now this is also wrong answer. Provide drive to the water pump, no. So the purpose of a fan is to draw the air and through the radiator, so that the water which is passing through the your radiator is cooled. Answer is B. Next question. Cooling fans are driven by normally. So if you go through the other bits, gears and belts, chains and gears, okay, by all of the above is definitely not the correct answer. Gears and belts and chains and gears they are used for normally for higher powers. The range of power is definitely more. Actually, this you are going to use mostly electrical appliances, okay, electrical related things. The cooling fans are normally driven by electricity and belts. So these other things, gears and belts, chains and gears, they are used for high power ranges. So but you need very small power. Okay, so to drive your cooling fan you need a very small power. For that you need only electricity and belts only. So they are driven by electricity and belts. Next question. The fan in the Maruti car is controlled by, just now I was telling you, right, mechanically, hydraulically, magnetically. So there is actually you can think about electrical and magnetically, but magnetically is not used, and your mechanically and hydraulically they are used. So fans need a very small power. Okay, so that's why neither your mechanical means nor your hydraulical means, they are not controlled neither mechanically nor hydraulically, because their mechanical control is used when the power required is more. So electrically, so the fan in the Maruti car is controlled. So out of the two choices, the confusion between electrical and magnetically, you can easily choose electrically. Your answer is electrically. There is no magnetic circuit actually. So right now, the engine overheating may result due to. So what is the reason for engine overheating? So is it the radiator pressure cap stuck closed, or thermostat stuck open, broken fan belt, or is it excess coolant in the system? So excess coolant in the system, actually it will cool actually, yes or no, because actually the heat is equal to mcp dt. So if your q is more, definitely it is going to cool more. So that is not the correct answer. So actually what is going to happen is, the reason for this is actually broken fan belt. So what will happen if the fan is your fan is driven by your camshaft drive, okay, camshaft. So actually if the your fan belt is broken, what will happen? So your what you call it is not going to run. It is not going to direct air onto the radiator, which has already become hot. So definitely your engine will become overheated. So the basic reason for engine getting overheated is the because of the broken fan belt. That is the answer. So let us mark the answer. So your answer is C. Okay, boys. Today we have seen very important questions of your cooling system, which is very important syllabus from your APPSC and TSPSC point of view of your Assistant Motor Vehicle Inspector examination. So number of videos on my channel Mechanical Engineering Made Simple are there, probably 130. I'll be updating the playlist very shortly. So please go through that all those videos, and you'll be getting very good knowledge of your, at least you will get very good idea about how the questions are being asked. You are going to get the correct required level of standard, and you are going to get the standard of analyzing the things from the right perspective. Okay, please watch them. So they are actually made according to the syllabus of your AMV examination for both TSPSC and APPSC. Shortly we will be moving on to the other videos from which are the important syllabus from your point of view of your APPSC and TSPSC. Once again, let us meet. If you like my channel, boys, if you think that it is really helping you in your preparation for your APPSC or TSPSC AMV examination, please like, comment, share, and also subscribe, and also share among your groups and contacts. Once again, let us meet in a good video, another good system about your IC engines, or probably the topic which is important, very important from your point of view of APPSC and TSPSC Assistant Motor Vehicle Inspector examinations very shortly. Once again, wish you good luck and all the best.